What is a deficit? If the amount of money for something is too little, there is a shortfall. That is, there is a deficit. If the government is spending more than its tax revenue, it is running up a budget deficit. Put simply, if you have less money than is required or expected for something, you have a deficit. The opposite of deficit is surplus. When total revenue is less than total spending, we have a deficit. When total revenue is more than total spending, we have a surplus. If I say the European Union is producing a huge food surplus, I mean that it produces much more food than it requires. If a country's imports are worth 500 million and its exports are worth 450 million, it has a trade deficit of 50 million. The opposite of a trade deficit is a trade surplus. Usually the UK and US have a trade deficit, while Japan and Germany have a trade surplus. If I say the patient has a deficit in short-term memory, I mean that their short-term memory is weak. If somebody has developed problems speaking, I might say the patient now has a serious language deficit. If somebody has very poor concentration, is hyperactive and very impulsive, they may have attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or ADHD. ADHD is a neurodevelopmental disorder that affects some people during childhood. The person finds it hard to pay attention, they are overly active, and have difficulty controlling impulsive behaviors. In some cases, it continues into adulthood. Thank you for watching this brief video on deficit.